Hey everyone, welcome to Return to Monkey Island. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So I just recently played through The Curse of Monkey Island, which had been quite a while since I played that. I did play the redone versions of the first two on my Xbox probably 5 or 6 years ago at this point. So this one is a direct sequel to the first two, kind of ignoring everything else. So I kind of remember what happened in them relatively. I've played through those a couple times. Let's take a look at the scrapbook. Will kind of give us a little bit of info on what's happened in the previous games.
Want to see my Mighty Pirate scrapbook? It's filled with my adventures.
I'm not sure how long it'll be, but let's take a look.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a mighty pirate.
Guybrush Threepwood.
That's me, Guybrush Threepwood. In the old days, you became a pirate by completing 3 trials to prove your worth.
Right, we had the Swordmaster, the group of pirate elders or something.
Treasure hunting is important for any pirate. The pirate leaders were in charge of the 3 trials, acting as judge, jury, executioner, and devoted grog tasters.
I can definitely hear a bit of a difference in Guybrush, the actor's voice, between The Curse of Monkey Island and this, but of course it's been 15 years, so yeah, you'd kind of expect that.
The test of thievery involved breaking into the governor's mansion. The security was heavy.
Poodles.
Mastering sword fighting was more a matter of wits than agility. This is when I met Elaine, the love of my life. She was governor at the time.
And a golden statue in The Curse of Monkey Island most of the game when we played.
Things took an unexpected turn while I was working on the 3 trials. Elaine was kidnapped and taken to Monkey Island by the nefarious ghost pirate LeChuck. LeChuck thought he was in love with Elaine. I scraped together a crew. Carla, Otis, and Meathook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine.
So she was the Swordmaster. I don't remember these two that well. I think this guy had, there was a shack out in the woods somewhere on the island.
I scraped together a crew. Carla,
Okay,
Otis, and Meathook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine. My first ship was the Sea Monkey. I bought it at Stan's used ships with a letter of credit that I, sort of falsified.
Sort of.
Monkey Island was a steaming volcanic mystery, covered with jungle and not found on any map. You had to brew a special potion just to find Monkey Island. I made some substitutions, but it got us there just the same. There were some people living there who claimed to be cannibals, but I think it was just a show for the tourists. On the island was a gigantic monkey head statue with hidden catacombs underneath. LeChuck's ghostly ship was anchored in a lake of lava hidden beneath the island's surface. The monkey head opened with a special key that you stuck in its ear.
Yummy.
I met an old castaway there, Herman Toothrot. He and the locals wrote a lot of indignant letters to each other.
Right, I remember Herman.
We wound up back on Melee Island for the stunning conclusion to my first big adventure. I made it to the church just in time to stop the wedding. Or so I thought. It turned out Elaine already had everything under control. How does she do that? By then, I had learned that ghosts like LeChuck are vulnerable to root beer. Just trust me, it works, okay?
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
It was the beginning of something magical.
I do remember from replaying the first 2 games when they did the updated versions that the first one, I felt like the puzzles were relatively logical, and the second one I had a lot more difficulty with trying to figure out a lot of the puzzles.
These are from the time I went to find the treasure of Big Whoop.
So this, I wonder how they're going to explain the ending of 2.
I met my good friend Wally, who makes maps, and I stole his monocle. Good times. The map to the treasure had been torn into 4 pieces, which, let's face it, is about as piratey as it gets. The mysterious voodoo lady at the International House of Mojo taught me to make a voodoo doll, which came in handy more than once. Elaine always seems to know when I need her. Again, it came down to just me and LeChuck at the end. He was using magic, but then, so was I. One time, Elaine got turned into a statue. Well, LeChuck was behind it, of course. That guy never gives up.
So this is from The Curse of Monkey Island. They're actually making this, so that's Murray. That's the golden statue. I thought they were just going to ignore that stuff and wouldn't have any mention of it, but I guess maybe they're doing a recap of all the games. If so, I don't really remember what happens in 4 and 5, although I think in 4 there was like a giant robo monkey, something like that.
The fact that he turned her into a statue tells me LeChuck doesn't really love Elaine. He thinks of her as furniture. It was around this time that I met Murray, the allegedly all-powerful demonic skull, after a rousing sea battle.
And the snake.
I got eaten by a snake.
I did.
I erupted a volcano on purpose. There's not a lot I wouldn't do for Elaine. I got buried alive.
I did.
Things backfired on LeChuck because Elaine and I got married when it was all over. Game, set, matchmaker. This was a great day, though in retrospect we shouldn't have had the scumbar handle the catering. This is the daisy we stomped on together. Wedding traditions are weird.
So this might be from 4. I don't remember for sure.
It's either Elaine's wedding veil or my handkerchief. We got them to match. Elaine and me together forever. The daggers are symbolic of cutting through troubles, I think. I wrote a great haiku for the wedding invitation. I don't know why you have to have candy-coated almonds at a wedding, but apparently you do. Oh man, this was that crazy time LeChuck teamed up with an Australian billionaire and tried to use a mystical talisman to make Elaine his bride.
Maybe it was 5 then that had the robot monkey.
Everything started because they thought Elaine was dead, so they held an election to replace her. The ultimate insult wasn't really ultimate, or even an insult at all. Or was it? LeChuck and I battled it out on a grand scale that time.
Giant robo monkey.
I made a goofy monster out of prosthetic body parts. It didn't help with anything, but I had fun doing it. LeChuck and I battled it out on a grand scale that time. Then there was the time I accidentally let loose LeChuck's pox over the entire Caribbean. Or so it seemed.
Okay, maybe that was the end of 4. This was 5.
I had to wear a hook for a while. It came in handy.
I don't remember that.
Elaine wasn't fooled by LeChuck's human form any more than I was. I should have trusted her more. Morgan Le Fay betrayed me, even after we bonded inside a giant manatee. I should have trusted her less.
Yeah, I don't remember 4 and 5 that well. If I played them, I would have been around the same time I played Curse of Monkey Island. I think I got a set that included like the most recent game plus the first 3. But yeah, I'm not sure.
The death card doesn't usually represent literal physical death, except when it does. I went on trial for my life on 4 separate charges. I defended myself, of course. Love did win out in the end. Oh, here's that voodoo doll from the end of my Big Whoop adventure. I defeated LeChuck with this. His leg came off as easy as tearing a loaf of bread.
I feel like I need this for the current game. Note to self, get more paper for the rest of my adventures. That's a nice little recap. Alright, so we are off to start a new game. So the difference. All the story and fun, but with casual puzzles for the busy on-the-go player, or hard mode, more puzzles, harder puzzles, the full monkey. I've actually heard the puzzles in this are mostly easy, except for a few things that just don't make sense. I did watch the Zero Punctuation review of this. It sounded like it wasn't too bad. We'll go on hard mode. I may regret that.
Take this, LeChuck! Ugh! Guybrush, come over here. Gently now. Remove my mask.
Will you promise to stop picking on me?
All right, I promise. Anything. Just put my leg back on.
Hey, you kids. You're not supposed to be in here.
What's next?
Let's goof on those two. Pretend they're our parents.
Yeah! Sorry we ran off. You were probably worried about murderers and ne'er-do-wells.
Don't worry, I found him.
Come on, let's go.
Let's pretend I have powers that make lightning come out of my eyes. It's so lifelike.
I wonder if it's real. Sorry, boys, could you stop following us? It's creepy.
Yes,
sir. Come on, I saw a scurvy dog shack back there.
Scurvy dogs. I've never had one of those.
No way, you have to try one. It's the best thing you'll ever eat in your life. No fooling.
Wow.
Okay, so we're carrying on right from where the second one left off, where LeChuck was actually my brother, and we
I
were
once got a scurvy dog that was bigger than my head.
playing the whole time. I don't know why sometimes the dialogue is there and sometimes it's not. Let me take a look. I thought I had said that. Speech only. Text and speech. Let's do everything just in case. We'll see how that goes. Oh, we've got an actual save menu here. Oh, that's weird. So, the last one I played, the previous games had sort of a box at the bottom where it was like talk to, look at, pick up, combine, all these kind of things.
Some places you go have scurvy dogs with cheese inside.
The third one had a weird coin that you would sort of hold on something, and depending on where you moved it, it was either examine, pick up, use, and then you had inventory where you could combine things. This is sort of different.
Sounds real. Wakey, wakey, Mr. Pirate. Hello? Boo!
Ha! He's dead to the world.
Ah! This reminds me of the rat from Charlotte's Web there. Creepy.
What should we do next?
We gotta get to scurvy dogs. I can't believe you never had one.
So I wanted to go walk
Hey,
around.
Chucky, get ready to run. I guess they don't like visitors.
Let's go next door and get scurvy dogs.
Chucky really wants scurvy dogs. Alright, inventory, I have something. Junior Mighty Pirates to-do list. Or Toto list. Buy scurvy dogs. I wonder, can I... Okay, we can't, like, set an objective. That would be too simple. Let me look around a little bit.
The words don't look like words, but there's a picture of a scurvy dog.
A surround in the outhouse. Okay, creepy. Sure.
I once had the hiccups.
It's locked. Maybe one of the shops has a key.
Tie up Chucky. Maybe.
Exhibit removed. Aww. Smells like grog.
Grog. Scary
Did you
door.
know you can keep a scurvy dog warm by sticking it in your armpit?
I mean, you can.
Let's not go back there again. We'll just get yelled at.
So that's
yeah,
what I came
let's
out.
get scurvy dogs instead. I'm hungry.
Tie up Chucky.
Hey, Chucky, stand over here for a minute.
Nah, I want to get scurvy dogs.
Maybe afterwards we can tie him up. Get some scurvy dogs. Yeah, lots of flies.
They put it on a leg to keep you from walking off with it. It says, return outhouse key when finished, or else.
In France, they call a scurvy dog a chien scorbut.
Those glasses are thicker than the layer of grease on the floor.
Speaking of that, looking for other things we can interact with.
How much is a mug of grog?
Grog's for grown-ups. Beat it.
How much are those chicken foot fries?
Chicken foot fries are 2 pieces of 8.
Don't have any money.
How much are the scurvy dogs?
Scurvy dogs are only a half piece of 8.
They're cheaper than chicken feet.
You kids better have money.
Yeah. We've got all kinds of money. Can we get a couple of scurvy dogs?
Sure. If you give me a piece of 8, that's money that grown-ups use.
I know what a piece of 8 is.
Good for you. You can have a couple of dogs if you give me one.
Please? Can't you spare something for a couple of hungry kids?
Listen up, you little moocher. Let me tell you something. I don't like kids. I'm an honest businessman trying to make an honest living. I don't need 50 kids a day coming in and wasting my time trying to get me to give them free food.
I guess never mind.
Hey, I know. Let's look for change in the outhouse across the way. Coins fall out of people's pockets when they sit down in there.
Yuck.
I'll bring this right back, sir.
You'd be wise to do that. I got the leg from the last kid who didn't bring back the key.
Made scurvy dogs out of it. So... grab and use.
I can stand on my head without using my hands.
Good for you.
Good, you unlocked it.
Okay.
It isn't a piece of 8, but it's a round piece of metal about the same size and shape as a piece of 8.
That's called a slug. It's like a fake coin.
I thought it was a piece of 8 at first. It looks just like a piece of 8.
I like to kind of go through all different dialogue options and things because there's often little jokes and stuff. At least in the other games.
A fake coin is almost as good as a real coin.
Yummy.
Gross.
So maybe there are coins down there. Search for coins in the toilet.
Chucky, why don't you look in the toilet?
No way. You do it.
Okay.
Yummy.
Gross.
Let's see. Anything else? Read the sign. Smell the sludge.
I want.
Please wash hands before leaving outhouse.
Oh, that's horrifying.
I don't
search
see any coins, and I'm not putting my hands in that.
Alright. Guybrush is no idiot. Wash my hands? Yeah,
I have an extra tooth in the back. I can feel it with my tongue.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
I'm not touching that gunk. It seems more like something Chucky would do.
All right, Guybrush, not down for the gross stuff. Let's get out of here. Let's put this back first.
Hey, look! I'm returning the key.
You want a medal?
Can we get a couple of scurvy dogs?
Sure. If you give me a piece of 8.
Give slug.
Did you know your
piece of
feet
8
won't smell if you don't wash them?
to the vendor. That's very wrong, Chuck.
What can we get with this?
You bit it.
Tastes like a piece of 8. Enough for a couple of scurvy dogs if you want.
Perfect!
Take 'em, boy.
Ugh.
What are you getting?
What?
Just kidding. Here's yours.
Ugh. Ugh.
This is the perfect food. What do you want to do now?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Let's go tie a Chuck up.
Hey, Chucky, stand over here for a minute.
No way.
Ah, he's outsmarted me. So we have the scurvy dog. I can grab it or take a bite out of it. I'd rather not bite it. Mess around and explore, find our real parents. Those are our current objectives.
Exhibit removed.
I've already looked at everything, though. Maybe now we can do something with the rat on the
At
barrel?
home, I've got a collection of old scurvy dog sticks that fills a whole shoebox.
I don't know why I would do that, but, yeah.
That's my friend Dee. Hey, Dee.
Hey, Chucky, what are you jerk faces up to?
We just got here.
I'm making a list of stuff to do.
Give me that. I'm an expert planner. There. Perfect. See you around the park, shitheads.
So what do we have? Check out the anchor, beat Chucky in a race, feed the duck, add some sauce to my scurvy dog, practice sword fighting, find a 4-leaf clover, and make a wish at the wishing well. Lots of stuff. Well, I mean, there's an anchor right there.
That's a cool anchor.
That just shows how little you know about anchors. This one's not a very good example. You'd know that if you read as much about anchors as I have. Did you know that anchors originally weren't designed to hold ships in place? They were used in combat, shot from cannons as a grapple when you were trying to board another ship. They started making them bigger and bigger because they would do more damage that way. Then, people noticed what happened when you missed the other ship and hit the sea bottom instead. The current bow-shaped design is actually less effective than the sharper V-shaped design that was popular last century. But the older design went out of fashion after sailors started to think the letter V was bad luck. You can still find the old kind around sometimes, but collectors have grabbed most of them. On a modern anchor, if you look close, you can tell that one side is a little larger than the other. That's to prevent what's called plummeting, where the anchor goes down too evenly and then it doesn't catch well on the bottom. The little flanges at the tips are at different angles to make it twist on the way down for the same reason. Most anchors these days are made of iron, and you have to recast them like twice a year because they rust. About 30 years ago, somebody thought of a way to get around that by making them out of wood instead. All kinds of people invested a lot of money in these wooden anchor companies. But the only way they could keep them from floating was to attach another anchor. And so they gave up and went back to the old way. The word anchor comes from the Sanskrit word nagara, meaning city. They're called that because when you stop in the middle of the ocean, it's like you've made port at an invisible city. Yeah, I'm kind of an expert on anchors. I read a lot.
That was actually interesting. Missed anything, you can press comma to see previous lines. Okay. So now she's hanging out with us.
I wonder where this path goes.
Hey, Chucky, want a race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go! Chucky wins!
Woohoo! Yeah!
Darn.
Cheater. I'm gonna go
You up
before.
for another race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, cheater!
You have to wait until I say go. I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go! Chucky wins!
Probably something I can do so that I can win the race.
Yeah!
Shoot!
I clicked pretty much as fast as I could when it said go. Or when D said go.
I can stand on my head without using my hands.
I bet I've known Chucky longer than you have.
No chance. We go way back.
So what do we have? Feed the duck, sauce, sword fighting, four-leaf clover, wishing well. The art style is definitely interesting. I did like the Curse of Monkey Island. I think it was a very nice looking game. Very good art style. This is interesting.
Hey, hands off!
But it's on the ground.
I want to feed the duck. Excuse me.
Yes?
If we bother them enough, they'll go.
Will you pretend to be our parents again?
What do you mean, again?
Run along and find your real parents.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Could we have some of your bread to feed the duck?
I don't think so. We brought it for ourselves.
I wonder what's in that basket.
Let's find out.
What do you think you're doing? Kids these days. You have no regard for personal property.
And no respect for your elders.
I have half a mind to give you a piece of my mind.
And I've got the other half.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah,
Okay.
blah, 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 blah,
Blah, blah, blah, blah.
Just skipping through.
Blah,
That's
blah,
odd
blah,
that they're...
blah, blah. I certainly hope you'll have better manners in the future.
Okay, I guess that was just because they were chewing us out, but whatever.
I can stand on my head without...
Don't feed the duck.
Hey, the sign says don't feed the duck. What is that?
What's this red glob on the ground?
That's ketchup. It's supposed to be really good with scurvy dogs.
Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
You're not going to touch the ground with your scurvy dog.
No, of course not. Gross.
Ask D to practice sword fighting. I wonder if we can tell them.
I want to see 2 scurvy dogs at the same time.
All the way around. I'm going to tell them that the sign
Excuse me?
says
Yes?
not to feed the duck.
Never mind.
Apparently we can't.
Some places you go have scurvy dogs with cheese inside.
Do you want a sword fight with me?
You don't look very challenging.
I wonder where this path goes. Let's be frank. You can never hope to beat me.
No way! You'll never catch up to my level.
I win.
I win.
Nuh-uh.
You guys are both pretty weak.
Well, anyway, that was fun. Do you want a sword fight with me?
I've seen you fight. Come back in a few years, maybe.
D's not so nice to me. Alright. Add some sauce, feed the duck. 4-leaf clover. Maybe if I have 4-leaf clover, then I can beat him? I don't know.
Do not pick the 4-leaf clovers. As if. Let's look for a 4-leaf clover.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
Exactly.
I found one.
Awesome.
There was still one left. Darn.
Alright, now maybe we can win the race. Because I have a 4-leaf clover. I should be lucky.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go! Chucky wins!
Or not.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Shoot! I never thought I'd ever find one.
So I can't use it. With the race or anything.
Do you like to race?
I'd rather be in charge of a race than be in it.
You up for another race?
You're on!
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go!
I win!
I won because double clicking. So that was something in the older games you could double click to run places. So single click was move, double click is run. It doesn't
I
tell
can
you
stand
that
on
though.
my head without using my hands.
Alright, feed the duck sauce. Everything's been around where I need to be.
I wonder where this path goes.
We'll keep looking around. Somebody caught in the net back there. Does this go anywhere? No, just this way. There's a wishing well and a coin.
I should throw my coin in and make a wish. Maybe I should throw this down the wishing well.
A cool plant is very odd. I think like a sword or something like that.
I wish for another scurvy dog.
Those things are bad for you. Told
okay.
you so.
Ah! Alright, what's left? So there's the ketchup on the ground. Can I pick up the ketchup somehow?
I have an extra tooth in the back. I can feel it with my tongue.
Pick up the ketchup, yeah.
You
That's
should put that on your scurvy dog.
weird. I mean, what's the difference between that and sticking it, like my scurvy dog in it?
It smells bad.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Combining items. Yeah, how do we feed the duck?
I want to feed the duck! Don't feed the duck.
Else here. Take some bread. I wonder what's in the basket. Talk to the couple.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Can't have him do something else while we're talking to him. I think maybe we could distract him that way.
Never mind.
That's our bread.
I wonder what's in that basket.
Let's find out.
Can I do
What do you
anything
think
at
you're
the same
doing?
time? No.
Kids these days, you have no regard for personal property.
Gotta run.
How rude.
So while they're distracted, we got it. Alright.
I stole it from that couple.
It's gonna die. Okay, that just leaves find our real parents. So I think we'll go ahead and stop here. It seems like a pretty good place. Finding our real parents. Probably we'll just exit this area and that'll be it. But yeah, this is the beginning of Return to Monkey Island. I'm Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.